heart breaks and promises. I've had more than my share. Try to give it my love and getting nowhere. No, what I need is somebody who really cares. I really need a lover who wants to be there. It's been so long since I touched a wanting hand. From the love on the line. So be it for me. You got to show me love. Words are so easy to say. You got to show me love. You got to show me love.
On Sundays, but then we're like, what time y'all during the week?
What I need is somebody who will always be there. Don't you promise me the world, all that I've already. This time, for me, baby, actions be louder than words. If you're looking for devotion, talk to me. You got to show me love. Words are so easy. You got to show me love. Be a reason to love you. You got to show me love. You got to show me love. You got to show me love. You got to show me love.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you guys for coming in on time. Definitely going to have some really informative information for everyone today. Definitely make sure that you are taking notes. Now, one thing that we are going to be doing is all of the notes that we collect from our meeting today, we will be emailing it out to everybody, so that way you can have, notes from the meeting. But I also encourage everyone to take your own notes, because there's nothing better than going on and just reviewing the thoughts that you had at the time where you were hearing the information right off the bat. So definitely take notes. Everyone, again, like I said, you will get an email copy of what we're talking about today. And I am recording the webinar as well. So we will have these resources accessible to us later on. But definitely just wanted to open up the floor first, just for anyone who wants to just kick the meeting off by letting us know something that you learned or something that you got out of the Super Saturday training. So, we could share individually, Whoever wants to go on ahead and share first, definitely unmute your line and just let us know what you learned from Super Saturday training that you're going to use to just go full throttle in your business.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you just fine.
Okay, awesome. Well, I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to join. And something that I really liked was for the agent conversation that you have right after they respond to a post. And I really liked, and I think I mentioned it to you as well, but I like when, I don't know, his name Leo, he said, one of the questions that I liked he asked is, within how many months will you commit to build up to whatever amount they tell you? And if it didn't happen in month one. So that's something that I really liked and I'm going to be implementing when I talk to agents, because I feel like a lot of them, when we go through the agent script, we ask them, okay, how much do you want to earn and how many hours are you willing to commit? And then we go straight to saying, okay, so if I can show you, will you join today, right? But a lot of them have this expectation of wanting to make that like in month one, but they don't know like this is something that you build up to. It's not something that you'll automatically get. So that I really like that in particular. I really liked for my agent script.
Yes, I like that too. And I love the fact that you pointed that out because it pretty much helps with like eliminating that like income claim or eliminating them thinking this is going to be like a get rich quick. And then it kind of shows like how they're going to be committed. Like, are they going to be in this for the long haul, or are they just someone who's just playing around, just looking for,
Exactly.
whatever. So,
Yeah,
yeah, thanks for sharing that, sis.
of course.
Yeah, it is going to help with retention. And retractions, right. Avoid retractions by knowing, who's there. That's a good way of qualifying. So I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm gonna start using that too, because I feel like that was definitely missing from our script. So I'm glad that we just gonna go ahead and, start implementing that too. Is there anybody else that has something that they would like to share about, what they got from the Super Saturday training?
I'll say that I really, I've been to a few so far now. I've been here a little while. So, this wasn't my first one, but I tried to, always look at something different. But for a different perspective this time, it was more familiar with me, but it was more clear at the same time. I actually saw the step-by-step process, the way they put together the Super Saturday, the method on the way that they discuss each topic, which led for me to know this is how I need to learn my business. I need to start
Yes.
with my mindset. Then I need to know my business. Then I need to know how the business pays me. Then I need to know how to recruit. Then I need to know how to talk to people. So it was like the way it was set up was in the direct order of how I need to situate my learning structure on learning this business to build that format.
I am so glad you pointed that out. That is so true. I'm so glad you pointed that out. And I know what you're describing as far as, seeing the information, seeing the Super Saturdays multiple times. And then, each time it gets more clear. It's just more clarity each time. So I see exactly what you're saying, because it's like now that you have that level of understanding, now you're able to see how the entire system in itself works. So that's dope that I like the fact that you are independently getting those thoughts on your own, because that shows that these are going to be the things that you prioritize when you start to run your own organization and you start to build a team. Your leadership is going to be exactly where your mindset is right now. So that's good. That's good that you already started seeing the big picture and seeing how everything is interdependent. Yeah, I'm glad about that. Is there anybody else that wanted to share something from Super Saturday that they took away? Okay, no worries at all. Now we can go ahead and move on to the next subject. Thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate you guys just for adding more value to the conversation, making it more rich. I do want to mention that we have been doing some new things just recently, just trying to get people more so thinking about attraction marketing, thinking about their brand, thinking about how they want to pretty much create influence online. So we're really focused on that. We've actually been doing branding sessions for the team. We started last week. A lot of people have gotten a lot of value out of the branding session. So I just want to bring up two ladies who were there, who went through the entire process, who were on both branding sessions. I want you two ladies, it doesn't matter who goes first. I just want to know what you guys got out of the branding sessions, and definitely just encourage everybody to hop on those sessions on a weekly basis with us.
Well, I will go first. Just because I know as soon as my dogs hear voices, they're going to start barking again. What I got out of that was really honing in on what all my qualities are and how they'll work to better assist my target audience, which, because I am kind of like the go-to for practically anything and everything, I can be targeting everybody in one blow to an extent. So just trying to figure that out, getting that together and getting that more clarified, and then figuring out my tagline was very helpful. Very, very helpful to get it all together and make it more me.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. And I really enjoyed just learning more about you at the session too. Just getting closer definitely helps us build relationships, and just knowing that once we all get our brands popping and we get our brands moving, we can start sharing each other's content, because a lot of our stuff goes hand in hand. If you really think about it, we have a lot in common, everybody on the team. So thank you
Yeah,
so much, Miss Nikki.
thank you.
Yes. All right, Siobhan, would you like to go ahead and share your testimony?
Sure. I have to say it's definitely been a week of clarity and self-reflection. A lot of just, really thinking about who I am as a person. And that's definitely what that training brought to light. It brought that clarity to that, as far as just even trying to think of personal qualities, traits, and characteristics. You think you know yourself, but when you really sit down and have to put words to it, it's hard because you're really only concentrating on the outside opinion. But when you really sit down and think about, who am I, what is my purpose, what am I here to accomplish, that's a very complex question. And the way that Akila broke it down, it actually was easier to go on a step-by-step process to figure that out. Figure out who you are as a person, figure out what you like, what you enjoy, what brings interest to your life, what do you want to get out of life, and what is the change that you want to see in the world. And knowing that we have such a powerful platform that we can actually work towards, it was very insightful. It allowed me to really sit down and think about what I really want to accomplish in this world, what I want to leave for my children, and it was very positive. So I got a lot out of it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. That was a great answer. Love your feedback. And I really think that, again, like I said, it was a pleasure to get to know you more as well too. And just to get to see more of your potential and how you can take your brand. And one thing that I was thinking about, I want to add this just for everybody. Everybody can take note of this too. One thing that our brand really should embody, in addition to everything else that is our life's purpose, we really should be showing people like luxury and upscale things. Reason being is because we're dealing with credit and finances. And then even if you want to add in travel, that's great too, to add in for your brand, because as you know, we now have the travel plan as a part of the protection plan. So these are things that we can be dripping on our timeline and showing people, just to, keep building up our influence, keep people attracted, keep people, their interest peaked. So that way they know exactly what we're about, and then they start, really interacting with us because they see that what we have to offer aligns with what they need, or what they want. Because people want time freedom, people want to travel, people want good credit, people want additional income. So I definitely think that we should start doing that as well. Yeah. But before we go on, I do want to move on into the goal setting. Before we go on, is it anybody that wanted to say anything about either Super Saturday or the branding session?
I'll say one more thing, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine.
Um, Along with, self-identifying and everything, it also, just to elaborate on what you were saying, the branding itself, like you said, is what's going to build our audience. Like all these top leaders and, especially Stormy, she's very adamant, find your people. Jessie Lee Ward, same thing, find your people. So if you have a brand and you have an actual concrete idea and plan that you want to implement, that you can share with others and help others and be a positive influence to others, that's going to draw your people to you. So, branding is very important. And the fact that we can do that and then say, hey, not only am I doing this, but you can either jump on the bandwagon or create your own, or, take my services and, get in a better financial standpoint. That's what's going to give us that constant flow of people, I believe, especially being on social media majority of the time.
Exactly. Yes. And we're going to hear the word no a lot less. Like, I mean, of course, you're still going to hear it, but it'll be a lot less. Definitely, we still want to continue to focus on going through the numbers, still reaching out, still doing the behind the scenes work while we're building our brand. But as we're doing that, we want to build our brand so that way people can start to see what we're about. It builds trust, definitely helps you target your audience and target your market. So, again, you hear the word no less because now more qualified people are coming to you. More people who are interested are coming to you. Your leads are now hot instead of cold. So I'm glad you touched on that too. All right, well, let's move into the next segment. This part is more so just for us to get ourselves into perspective. We are in the second week of this value month. This is a 4-week value month. Now, there are a lot of people who are on the road to sales director. The goal definitely is to hit sales director this month, right? And to put ourselves in position to really, really, really expand. Now, the way you want to do that is you want to focus on setting small goals for yourself first. Last week we did go over exactly what needs to be done for a sales director, exactly how you should kind of scale out your weeks. And some of us may be right on track and some of us may need to catch up, which is not an issue. But we just got to make sure that we're really being strategic and we're really analyzing what's going on in our back office to make sure that we're actually meeting those requirements, getting the leads, getting the enrollments, and getting the volume and structure right for our promotions. So I think this week, what we need to be doing is asking ourselves questions about our goal setting. All right. So you definitely want to go into your back office. You want to look and really study it. And these are the types of questions that you want to ask yourself as you're examining. You want to say, how many active agents do you have on your front line? You want to see that because, as you know, you need 3 active agents on your front line that you're going to build up under in order to qualify for sales director. So you need to figure out how many agents are in your front line, because if you don't have 3, then you need to get there, right, by a certain amount of time. You also need to figure out how much volume you need for your title, right? Figure out how many clients you need to aim for so that way you can bulk up your volume. So usually what I do is I'll see how much volume that I need and I'll just divide that number by 200 because I know I get 200 per client. And that's the raw number that I get on how many clients I need to aim for. Sometimes that number is overestimated and it's fine. Reach for that number because you want to make sure that you have your volume. You can't depend on your team getting volume for you. If they get it for you, then there may be less work that you have to do. But if they don't, remember how we said about Kevin Hart, by myself, you got to build this by yourself. So just think about that and think about how much clients you need to bulk up your volume. Also, you want to think, how many more agents do you need on, oh, I'm sorry, I just said that. How many more agents do you need on your front line this week in order to stabilize 3 legs? So I pretty much asked the same question in different ways. I apologize about that. But think about it, right? If you don't have those 3 agents, stabilize it, right? If you have it, then you need to move on to the next thing. How many people do you need to help hit field trainer, right? Those people that are under you now, they need to hit field trainer. What do your agents on your front line need in order to hit field trainer? If you need to know this, you can go to your downline title report and check that out. You could also go to your downline report, click on their agent ID, and you can actually see what their volume is going to be like and what their front line looks like. Now, in order to see what agents they have in their organization, you're not going to be able to see that from their side, only from your side. But again, the easiest thing to do is just to check the downline title report. And if anybody ever has any questions about structure, volume, back office, anything, definitely ask. Is no, like, never think your question is too small when it comes to stuff like that, because you may think you know, but you might not be using the best method to maximize, the opportunity at that time. So definitely ask before you do anything with that. And so for this week, in order to be on track for SD, you need to make sure that you have these requirements by the end of the week. We need 3 stabilized legs. We need to have at least 5,000 in volume, because if we have at least 5,000 in volume mid-month, then we know for sure by the end of the month we're going to have what we need to hit the goal. So we need to clear at least 5,000 this week, right? And the active agents who you need to identify the active agents that you're going to work to hit it, field training. So if everybody understands that, if everybody understands what the focus of the week is, definitely drop some ones in the chat so that way we know, who's down, who understands, and who has that clarity. And we really want to make sure that we're doing everything in a timely manner, working as efficiently as possible. Now, one thing that we do have to be realistic about is sometimes certain goals may take a little longer to reach, which is not a problem, but you want to aim to get it done this week so it can make your job much easier. All right. And we just know what we need to focus on. 3 stabilized legs, at least 5,000 in volume, active agents working on hitting field trainer, and you helping them collectively. And like I said, if you have any questions, definitely ask Amira or myself. We'll definitely, be there. And I just want to say this too before I pass the training over to Amira. What I want us to really focus on this week too, right, is understanding and using the system, right? But also finding places and spaces where we can begin to think critically and creatively. Because that's going to make utilizing the system even more effective, and also just show us our true potential and how we can actually communicate with people while we run the business and while we work the system. So if anybody has any questions about that, like I know sometimes you might be using a script and somebody says something to you that kind of throws you off. If it's ever a situation like that, definitely screenshot it, send it to us. We'll get right back to you right away to help you kind of think through that. And also, think independently as well too. So if it's certain areas where you can kind of think independently and you just want to make sure and double check, that's fine too, So, we're always here for help, and, we're always here to guide, but we also want to create leaders too. So definitely find spaces where you can think independently, think critically, think creatively. But if you want to double check, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I actually encourage double checking. So that's my segment for now. I am going to come back a little later, but I want to turn the call over to Miss Amira. I hope you guys got some value from that. All right, all right. Can everybody hear me? And can you hear my can you hear me? And can you see my screen? If you can, type a 5 in the chat. All right, perfect, perfect. How's everybody doing today? How is everybody's Sunday going? Definitely type some flames in the chat if you got volume from Miss Akila's last session. She definitely dropped some gems in that session. Yeah, so flames is coming through. Flames is coming through. And drop some flames in the chat for yourselves, because you guys really did great on interacting in that first part, and definitely giving us some feedback on, you know, the trainings and everything. So let me find my place. All right, all right. All right, so this section of the training is going to be about leadership, okay? So like Akila just said, we want to definitely develop leaders, develop people that are, you know, confident with working their business independently, and they know exactly what they're talking about, right? So we are challenging you to become the top leader that you idolize, right? If you idolize Erica Sanford, become her. Stop watching her, but become her. You idolize Lakeisha Marion, become Lakeisha. Ajaya, become Ajaya. Become the top leader that you idolize, right? So we're going to kick this off by doing a activity, and it's going to be the leadership scavenger hunt. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys 4 tasks that I need you to complete by our next session on Wednesday. All right. So definitely, yes, I love me some Erica too. We got to become Erica. So you definitely want to complete this by Wednesday. Write it down in your notes that these 4 tasks need to be done by Wednesday, all right? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to access the protection plan and write down the main features of each product, okay? What thing sticks out to you the most? What do you find important about each protection plan membership product, right? Then the next thing is you're going to go to My FES products, your agent products, and you're going to do the same exact thing, okay? So you're going to look at the secure card, the credit my rent, my healthcare to go, all of those items. You're going to go ahead, read up on them, get some information on them, and list down the main features that you think are most important or most valuable, and you know, write them down and have them in a list. The third thing that you're going to do, guys, is we're going to spend 30 minutes exploring your back office, okay? Explore it, play with some things, browse around, really get into your back office. And then I want you guys to list everything that you find new and write down how it will help your business. How will it improve on what you've already been doing, okay? And then lastly, you're going to access the training tab in your back office, and you're going to watch a video about structure and the compensation plan. And then you're going to write a statement on how you are going to maximize on the comp plan and how you plan to structure your business, okay? So these are some very, very, very important topics. By doing this and reading up on this information and really doing this research, you're going to be able to not only plan lives, you know, around this new subject that you learned, especially with the protection plan membership items and the My FES products, but this is going to already make you more confident when you're talking to other people, because you know about your business. So I highly, 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 highly encourage everybody to go ahead and get this started tonight and have it completed by Wednesday, because we are going to revisit this and discuss some more about it. All right. So drop some 3s in the chat if you're excited to do this leadership scavenger hunt. I'm excited to see what you guys find. Any 3s? Let's bring some 3s in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, guys, you guys should be excited to, you know, definitely learn more about your business. This is really, really going to help with your marketing, guys. So I'm excited to see, you know, what you guys come up with. All right. So next topic, we're going to talk about some momentum building activities that you can do throughout the week, right? So if you feel like your business is running a little bit slow, or you feel like you need to just step it up a notch, you want to get some more leads at a faster rate, you want to definitely go ahead and do these momentum building activities. And the first thing that we're going to start with is the midnight shout out. A few days ago, I was in the group chat. You guys saw me getting shout out after shout out after shout out after shout out, right? That's because what I did was I went and I blitzed from 12 p.m. to 1 a.m. every night, okay? So at nighttime, I would put some music on. I'll send the shout out posts, code messages to people that I've already talked to. And by the morning time, I would wake up to yes, 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 yes. Even people in the night that I was doing it was saying yes, 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 yes. Now, the reason why I suggest doing this so late is because most people are asleep by that time, right? Or some people are winding down. They may be dealing with their kids or whatever. Most people aren't by their phone. So that takes away from that inhibition of, oh my God, I'm scared to reach out to them, because you're just leaving a little message and they'll get to it right there, right when they get to it, right? And then you won't have an overload of responses, so it won't get you overwhelmed. So I highly suggest doing this. One thing that I want to your words or your photos. She said we can't hear you. Hold on 1 second. Can you guys hear me? I went out for a little bit. Type some
Sis, it
threes in the
sounds
chat if
like
you can hear me.
sis, it sounds like you are covering it or something. I don't know if you're moving around, but it sounded like,
Type
like
some
you were
threes in the
covering it.
chat if you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. So can somebody let me know what the last thing you guys heard was?
You started going out towards the end of saying you won't be bombarded with messages,
I can,
worrying about people
yeah.
responding while there's, it's at that time.
Can somebody unmute and let me know what the last thing that you guys heard
Hello?
was?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can't hear. All right, I can't hear nobody. Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. So earlier it sounded like you were moving or like something like you covered it with your hand or you know what I mean? But I could hear that you were still talking. Before it sounded like, yeah, you were doing something, but then now it sounded like you were talking still, but we couldn't. It went out randomly.
Okay. So what was the last clear thing that you heard?
The last clear thing was, I think Siobhan was saying it. I don't know. Can you hear her?
No, I didn't hear her.
Oh, okay. Here.
Siobhan, what was the last clear thing?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was saying the last thing I heard before you started going out was that you won't have to worry about the anxiety of people being awake, and they could wake up to your message. But then you started to talk about B, and that's when we lost you.
All right, perfect. All right, cool. So that was all I had to say about A. So I'm going to just move right on along, all right? So the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that when you're doing these shout out posts, after they tell you like, yes, I'm going to shout you out, you want to vary the type of post that you send, right? So you want to send some posts that's strictly words, some posts that's just a photo, right? And then you want to do different types of posts. Credit my rent, agent, client, all of those things. And we're actually going to made up a visual that you guys could use to track it. So once you see the visual, it's going to be more clear. And speaking of the visual, let me go back. All right. So this is pretty much the visual that you could use to go ahead and track your shout outs. And you're actually going to be able to figure out by the end of this experiment which shout out yielded you the most results, right? So while you're going ahead and you're sending out this information, you're going to write the person's name. Then you're going to check off which kind of shout out you sent them, right? So if it was the client words, the attention, if you have a 300 to 600 credit score, that one is just words. Then agent words, I need somebody to work from home, you check that off. Credit my rent words, you sent listen up, check that off. Secure credit card, who needs a secure credit card, you check that off. If you did a webinar shout out with just words, you check that off. And then if you just sent out visuals, clients, agents, credit my rent, secure credit card, webinar, you check those off. And then at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to total up the amount of leads that you got from each post and write it down in this section, right? And then this will go ahead and have you, figure out which one works best for you. So on the page, you have 20 slots. Of course, you're getting this in an email. We're going to email this to you, but you're going to be able to print this out multiple times and, use it for how many ever people that you go ahead and do. All right. So drop some diamonds. Let's do a different type of emoji. Drop some diamonds in the chat if you think that this is a gem. All right. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to see what results this brings. All right, why am I not getting back into this Google Docs? All right, give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to get back into the Google Docs. Is there internet right there? Kim said we next level over here. Thanks, sis. All right, let's try it in there. All right, here we go. All right. So we are loading. Let me bring the chat back up. Let me bring the participants back up. All right, cool. All right. So that pretty much covered C and D, using a visual organizer and keeping track of your leads. It also covers E, record which post gives you best results. All right. So this is going to definitely help you out. The next momentum building activity you want to do is Old Faithful add, tag, and message. You want to add people to the Credit and Financial Freedom group. You want to tag them in the Steve Harvey post, and you want to message them, hey, thank you for joining the group. I hope all is well. Are you more focused on building your credit or increasing your income this year? Use their response to decipher which script you're going to follow, all right? So if they want more money, they're an agent. They want to focus on their credit, they're a client, all right? So, yeah. Next is tracking your trial runs. So we're going to go ahead and watch this video about how to track your trial runs really quick.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. And real quick, in under 1 minute, I want to show you exactly how you can actually track all of your trial runs, people that tag you in the post. I'm going to show you how to do that in under 60 seconds, very, very briefly. So I'm going to just go ahead and zoom in. This is actually my Facebook. And then what you want to go ahead and do, you simply want to go to your profile. Right? Again, you're tracking all of your trial runs, people that tagged you in a post for the whole entire year or however long you've been in the business. But it's pretty simple. I'm going to just go ahead and scroll. Once I get on my profile page, I'm simply going to go ahead and click filters. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. And then once I do click filters, this is going to pop up, right? So I want to reach out and I want to follow up with every single person that reached out to me about fixing their credit, every single person that reached out to me about additional income, working from home for 2020. For the month of January, I don't have to put a date, okay? I just want every single person for the month of January And then also, and what I want to select is tag posts. I want everybody that tagged me in a post, right? Because everybody that tagged me in a post, they brought me new people. So I'm gonna click done, and there you have it, guys. Every single person that tagged me in a post for the month of January. Look at this lady, 122 comments, man. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see this. 122 comments. Guess what, guys? All I gotta do is simply click on it, right? And I can just follow up with every individual from this post, guys. It's ridiculous, man. So I'm gonna show it to you guys via phone, so you guys can see how it looks like over the phone. For those of you that's mainly using phone, but that's actually how you track every single person that tagged you in the post. So I'm gonna wrap up this video, but I'm gonna just show you guys how to do it over the phone. So this is my Facebook again. All right, for those of you using phone, and I'm simply gonna go to my profile, right? And I'm gonna scroll down. All right, and where it says perfect, and where it says filter, I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna go to 2021. I'm gonna go to the month of January, January 30th. So basically, anybody before January 30th, that's what they're gonna show me, and I'm gonna select everybody that tagged me in a post just like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and click done, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Every single person that tagged me in the post for the month of January, right? I can even go to February, right? Every single person that tagged me in a post for the month of February, right? There you go. I'm gonna click done, and you know it's gonna show you other posts, but you want to look for the trial runs, right? This is actually where you get to click on it, and you get to just follow up with these people, right? I'm gonna show you guys how to follow up. You guys want to go to VP University .freedom500today.com, and you want to scroll down to where it says scripts, general scripts, all right? And you want to find the follow-up. This is where you follow up with people. See, client and agent follow-up, right? So, for example, I'm going to use a client follow-up for this method, and I'm simply going to go back to Facebook, and this random individual that I probably spoke 2 months ago, she obviously didn't see the message, but guess what? Just like that, I followed up with her. And guys, you can do the same exact thing for agents. But just want to share that with you guys real quick. Let's go out there and dominate and follow up with every single person. Our goal is to follow up with every single person before the new year starts. And that's the best way to do it. Stay blessed.
All right, y'all. So we are going to go ahead and use that method to follow up with people and rebuild up our momentum in our organization, right? We definitely could reach back out to people and rebuild their interest. So how you're going to follow up with agents, very simple. Hey, love, are you still interested in building a home-based business with our platform? Super straight, simple, to the point. For clients, hey, love, you're now eligible to become oh, wait. This is not, this ain't right. So this script right here is what you would use to follow up with people who are already your clients, and they can become agents. Okay, we'll fix that before we send it out. All right. So yeah, we're gonna fix that before we go ahead and send that out. For people that are clients that never close, you want to say, "Hey, love, did you still need help with your credit?" Change it to the G. Say it again. Change it to the G in front of the city. I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Did you still... What in the world? Give me a second, y'all. All right, there we go. Hey, love, did you still need... Hey, love, did you still need help with your credit? That was supposed to be super simple, but obviously it wasn't. All right. So next thing you want to do to build momentum is you want to cold message realtors, right? And we all have this realtor script, the realtor cold message script. You say reach out, say, hey name, congratulations on your success. My name is your name. I help people establish excellent credit. I was wondering, do you have any measures set in place for people who come to you that don't qualify due to their credit score? If not, I would love to partner with you to help more people. Please let me know if you're interested. Much continued success and thank you. From there, you'll just follow the client script. Next thing that you could do to build momentum is add yourself to targeted groups and interact in them, all right? And build connections. So you can go in a group and start post conversation starters. You can engage in some conversations, and then make sure that you go ahead and you add people to the list. And not the list, you add people to your friends list, and definitely reach out and build up a relationship from there. All right. So drop some more diamonds in the chat if you plan on using some of those momentum building activities. All right. Yes. We definitely want to see if everybody in this organization does these activities consistently. We are going to be able to really see like so much momentum in our group chat. Like our group Waymakers is going to be on fire. All right. Like just keep on planting seeds, keep on reaching out to people. It's really going to be lit. All right. So now we want to do an experiment with Waymakers. All right. So this is going to be our first experiment as a team. We're going to do an experiment post because we had some ideas, but we want to see if this actually works, right? We want to see if it gets any results. So we have 3 different posts. And what we want to do is just keep it really simple. You can add emojis to this or, whatever, but just keep it the same words. You want to say, share this post now. If you're low on funds but need credit repair, DM me now, all right? Or you could say, share this post now. If you're looking to be a homeowner before the end of the year, but you need to build your credit, DM me now. And lastly, you got share this post now. If you're looking to start a business that you can run from home, DM me now. All right, so this is kind of hitting on some of the things that Hanzo trained on yesterday. Definitely getting people to just go straight to your inbox so it's not a long line of comments. And you're really weeding out the people who really, really want the information. And then with this, share this post now. Hopefully this acts as a shout out post so more people can see it, more eyes can get on it. So we definitely want to go ahead and do this as a team and see what kind of results this brings us. I really, really want to see that. And you want to just make sure that you track how many shares and leads you get, all right? Yeah, I can see the effects too, sis. All right, so that's my end of the training. Let me know if you got some value out of this. Type some 5s in the chat if you got value out of the information that I shared. All right, cool. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pass the call back over to Akila. So I'm going to make her the All right, can everybody hear me okay? All right, cool. So this is the very last part of just what we're training on. I know we talked about a lot of stuff that we should be focused on for this week, and these are going to be the things that put everything into perspective with how we're going to just be more efficient, right? But on the back end, while we're talking about branding, while we're talking about actually production and moving our business in the right way, let's also talk about recruiting up. So recruiting up is literally just like a jigsaw puzzle. And the reason why I say that is because when you're recruiting up, Your sole purpose is to expose the information that we already have that's concrete, but present it in a way that meets the needs of professionals and makes them buy into why it is important that they carry our service or refer people to our service or even use our service. So with recruiting up, a lot of times within our organization, I know there are some resources that we do have that we can utilize, but there's other times where it may be a little vague for us and we may not know exactly what to do. And one thing I am trying to do for the organization, me and Amira together collectively, is pretty much come up with different scripts that we can use to target different types of people. Scripts that are effective and scripts that lead to some type of exposure, of course, and then eventually a close. So I feel like in order to do that, as leaders, we should come together collectively just to talk about and brainstorm different things that we can do, or different questions that we can ask ourselves before we go to target someone who is a high qualified lead. So the questions that we're going to focus on is what do they do? Who do they work with, as far as like who are they serving as clients, or who are they partnering with within the community to help them run their business, right? So what do they do? Who do they work with? What types of outcomes would they prioritize for either their business or their client, or both? And we also need to think about what do they need to advance their business and how our services can meet that need. And once we do this for each individual type of person who is considered a high quality lead, then like I said, everything else is just like putting together a puzzle, because we already know the client information, we already know the agent information. So this gives you the opportunity to go ahead and think critically and creatively. So if y'all understand that, if y'all are ready to dive into this, because I do want to spend a nice amount of time just brainstorming a few things, definitely drop some ones in the chat. Let's see who we're talking to. Good, cool. All right, so the first thing I want to do is just wrap our minds around the information that we know, right? The information that we know about our company. It's two types of three-way calls that we do. It's two types of presentations that we do. It's client information, agent information. All right, now a couple months back, I did create 2 videos that pretty much teaches us how to close clients and agents by phone. So what I want to do is I want to revisit both of those videos for 2 reasons. One, so that way we can just look at all of the information that we are going to be leveraging. And then 2, we had that stuff in the back of our mind for when we go ahead and begin to think about each type of person. I got realtors on the list, real estate investors, mortgage lenders, brokerage companies, car salesmen, car dealers, bankruptcy attorneys, apartment complexes, property managers, human resource departments, influencers, motivational speakers, life coaches, tax professionals. And then we can even brainstorm other types of people that we can target. But first, let's go ahead and dive into this video so we can just realize what we're working with. And then quickly we can just go through and, just brainstorm for each person. Oh, I'm sorry. My computer's on mute. No wonder why none of us can hear. Okay, sorry about that. All right, guys. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is teaching everybody how to close clients with a 3-way call. Now, as a leader, this is the skill that you want to definitely make sure you master, because this is what's going to bring additional volume into your organization and help you get your agents from point A to point B. You're going to be able to close out their clients for them. In another video, I'm going to teach you how to close out their agents for them. And what you're going to do is use this script and also use a lot of the information that I'm going to give you on this video to go ahead and do that. So real quick, what I'm going to do is hop into it. This is the script for client calls. Now, when you are doing client calls with your agent, the number one thing you want to make sure they know how to do is pull up their enrollment link and also fill it out. Now, when they're enrolling clients, what they want to do is make sure that number one, once they pull up their enrollment link, they begin with the date of birth as opposed to asking for the social. Reason being is we want to make sure that our clients feel comfortable with giving us their basic information first. Now, before we go ahead and go to part two, what we want to do is then ask them for those numbers and then proceed to go ahead and take their payment info. So before we get into it real quick, what I'm going to do is take you guys there. I'm sorry. I'm going to log into ucesprotectionplan.com. I'm going to log in. And pretty much what you want to do is sign in. Go to the enrollment links. Of course, they'll know the difference between their enrollment links. You should already have taught them that during the launch process. And what you want to do is get them to click on the link. Now, what they're going to do, like I said, is instead of starting with the social, they're going to start with the date of birth and go down and collect all the rest of the personal information. Right before they hit number two, what they're going to do is scroll right back up, ask for the social, make sure that they have permission to go ahead and get that from the client. The client is most likely going to say yes because they understand that we do need this information in order to go ahead and work on the file. And then from there, what you want to do is go ahead and collect the payment info, press submit. Okay, so you want to make sure that before you guys even get on the call, your agent knows exactly where to find their enrollment link, and they also know how to fill out the enrollment link properly. Next, you want to teach them how to edify. You guys should have also taught them that during launch. Agents should know how to edify. There's a short video that explains that, and it's inside of the script that they're using to set up the three-way call. So everything should be very understandable and very duplicatable. So they'll know how to edify you. You want to make sure that you edify them back. You also want to have that pep talk before you guys get on the line and make sure that you let them know, listen, you may be nervous, but have posture. Make sure you give me all of the control and all the power in the conversation. Don't ask anybody to just ask me anything they want. Make sure that they know that I'm going to go ahead and lead the call. All right. And then as soon as you guys have that agreement and your agent actually calls their prospect and gets them on the line, then what you want to do is go ahead and allow them to edify you. You want to edify them back, and then you want to get right into the 5-question close. Now, the 5-question close is pretty simple. It's just 4 quick questions, and then the last thing, the 5th thing, is the close. So the first question is, what negative items do you need to get off your credit report? That's a simple, basic question. It's going to get your prospect to begin to tell you what their needs are. All right? Now, you can ask this question in addition to that. Any hard inquiries, late payments, collections, repos, tax liens, bankruptcies, etc. You want to make sure that you ask them this so that way you can get a little bit more detail. Now, the reason why I say this is optional is because sometimes people will tell you exactly what they need in this first question, but then you may need to ask other people for even more details because some people aren't really open about what they have, or some people may not even have a full idea of what they have on their score. Nonetheless, once you go ahead and talk about what negative items are on their score and you get more details about it, you want to skip right down to the next question no matter what they tell you. So what are your goals? Are you looking to purchase a house or a car or start a business? All right. And the reason why I like to say or start a business is because, one, people know that they need to get their personal credit in order to even, begin to venture out and do those things. So that's good. And then another thing is, if they're looking to start a business but they don't know where to start, agent is a good place for them to go ahead and go. Now, another thing that you want to ask them after you ask them what their goals are is, what is their current credit score? They'll tell you. Some people may not know. If they don't know, it's okay. Just move on to the close, okay? Don't focus too much on that. This is just another question that you can get them, that you can ask them in the beginning of the call. So the reason why we ask these 4 questions is pretty much it's just to get the person engaged. Once they're engaged, they tell us what their needs are. What we want to do is go ahead and close them. So the first part of the close is talking about background information. So you want to give them background information on the company. We are United Credit Education Services. We're a nonprofit organization. We've been featured on the Steve Harvey Show, and we've been around for over 15 years. We help communicate with the credit bureaus. We have an accelerated program, which allows us to dispute all of your negative items at once, as well as all 3 credit bureaus at once. Our clients are typically on our program anywhere from 3 to 7 months. There's a no contract program, so you can go ahead and have that flexibility to either end your services or take advantage of the other services that we're going to give you. And you also are going to be able to access everything through a confidential online portal, which allows clients to track their progress. So as you guys can see, when I talk about the background, really I'm just saying state of facts. I'm letting my sentences form naturally, but I'm remembering the facts in this order. Make sense? And so that's what you want to do throughout the whole entire call. So after you explain the background information on the company, then you want to actually explain the credit process. Okay, so this is how it goes. Once you get started, you get access to your portal. You will verify your personal information. Then you're going to agree to have us do a detailed analysis of your credit file. Our attorneys are going to do the legal work for you. We're going to actually draft up dispute letters on your behalf, and we're going to provide you with some education on how to understand the dispute letters. We're going to give you instructions on how to send those out to the creditors. And the reason why we're doing this is because we want you to be involved in the process so that you're educated on how it works and on how to track your process. It's nothing worse than being on a credit program where you don't know what's going on, but you're consistently paying on it without seeing any results. Once the creditors receive your letters, by law, they have 30 to 45 days to contact you back with a result. So with our company, the results are tangible. You're going to get them in your hand before the company does, all right? Once you get your results, you want to send them into the company. We're going to teach you how to do that, and then we'll either update your credit file or draft up another round of disputes for you, okay? We're going to guarantee up to 5 rounds of disputes per negative item. So pretty much what we ensure is that our clients are going to work diligently until the negative item is removed. So that's this process. That's how you explain that. You want to be as close to the T as possible, because you don't want to misinform anybody about how our credit restoration process works. After you go ahead and do that, what you want to do is break down the services, okay? So you want to leverage as many services as possible in as little words as possible, just like this. We also give you access to the credit attorneys, and we teach you how to maintain your high score beyond your program with our credit builder educational platform. We also give our clients tools that help them budget, save, and eliminate debt. Everyone gets identity theft protection and resources they can use to teach their children about the fundamentals of financial literacy. We also have a will and trust document that will actually help protect your finances in the long term. So pretty much that's how our program works. Do you have any questions for me? Usually after you've gone through all of those sections of the script and you ask them if they have any questions, most people will say no. All right. If they say no, say, okay, so are we looking to get you started today? Right. Now, some people aren't going to say no. Some people are going to ask for pricing right off the bat. Some people may not ask for pricing until after you say, okay, so are we looking to get you started today? Once the topic of pricing comes up, then you want to pretty much just tell them the price. You get all that value for only $89 per month. To get started today, it's a $99 activation fee that goes with your first month subscription fee. So altogether, it's only $188 to start, $89 per month. And what I can do for you today is teach you how you can qualify to get your $89 subscription fee waived. So are we still looking to get you started today? Most people will go ahead and say yes, right? Some people will not be able to do it right then and there. So if they can't do it right then and there because they have an issue with the money, what you want to do is take a pre-app. Now, a pre-app pretty much just consists of you going in ahead and getting all of the same information that is on the enrollment link. You can go ahead and write it down somewhere, or you can find some type of way to store the information that's safe for both you and your clients. Okay, and then you want to ask them for a date in which you can go ahead and process their payment. Once they give you the date, what you want to do is save that pre-app in your archives until the date. And then on that date, you want to go ahead and process their payment and then send them instructions on how to go ahead and get their services activated, right? Now, some people may not want to do a pre-app, right? Now you do have the option to offer a discount if you want, right? So you can go ahead and offer them a discount if the money is an issue. Some people may not still be able to go ahead and get signed up. If they do, that's great. If they don't, okay, all right? Now, whether, lift my shirt up, whether, oh, it's okay. Whether whether or not they get signed up, what you want to do is still ask for a shout out. You want to get a shout out regardless, all right? You want to always get your shout out no matter what. You also want to make sure that you tag that person that you've been talking to, whether they close or not, to the Credit and Financial Freedom Breakthrough Group on Facebook. This is what it looks like real quick. This is what it looks like. Not this. Hold on. Give me a second. That's what it looks like. So you want to add them to this group, and then you want to tag them in this Steve Harvey Show post right here. Comment, just tag their name, tell them welcome to the group, and if they have any questions for you, get back to you. So that's pretty much it. We should all know how to close clients out by phone now. You should know how to help your team. And also, you can start to do your own client calls as well. Now, all leaders did get a script that teaches you how to go ahead and close people without actually setting up a phone call. However, again, you still want to make sure that you know this so that way you can guide your team, because your new agents do not have access to their script, and they will need to rely on you heavily for three-way calls. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all of the information about our client information, about how our services work. Anytime I'm talking to somebody who is a professional, that's really what I lead in with. Honestly, I don't really try to lead in with the business opportunity, because right off the bat, people might not, want that. They might want to see what's in it for the client, how they can help people more so than how they can help themselves at first. So I always lead in with client information. Now, there is a video on agent calls, right? We could go into this, right? But what I want to do is just not even go into this right now, because this agent calls video is for like people that you meet online, and you give them, you kind of interview them. Matter of fact, I'll play it because it might be some value that we could all get from it. But I want to come back to this real quick. This video is real short. All right, guys. So real quick, what I'm gonna teach you how to do is how to do agent calls. So just like the client calls, you want to make sure that your mentee has their enrollment link already pulled up, and that they know how to fill it out. You also want to make sure that they know how to edify you, and that you edify them back, as well as making sure that they know to give you all the power during the call, so that way you can go ahead and close the deal out. So once they know all of those three things, what you want to do is go ahead and, again, go through the edification process. And then as soon as you go ahead and start actually, going on with the close, you want to make sure that that prospect has watched the entire video. Now, the reason why this is important is because it's going to allow you to pretty much close them out based on the facts. It's also going to take a lot of the accountability off of you, and you're not going to have to do a whole bunch of explaining. Well, all parties will come to the call with a general understanding of what the opportunity is, what the compensation plan is, and what the investment is as well. So next, what you want to do is begin to see if they qualify. So this is how you want to go about it. You just want to ask them certain questions. You want to get their answers. Agent calls are literally like an interview. That's literally what you're doing, is interviewing them, seeing they have the investment fee, and then go ahead and get your agents and get them enrolled. So the first question that you want to ask them after you made sure that they watched the video is, what did you like most about the company? Let them respond. Once they respond, you want to make sure that you relate to them in some type of way. All right? You want to make sure that you reiterate some of the things that they said, relate to them, and then ask them, where are you from and what do you currently do for a living? Now, if you already know where they're from, you don't have to ask that. If you already know what they do for a living, you don't have to ask that. But this is a really good question that can come after you ask them what they like most about the company. All right. Next, what you can ask them is, what makes you want to partner with our company? All right. They'll tell you exactly why they want to get started. Then you say, so if you were to join our team, about how much per week would you need to be making in order to make this worth your while? Okay, they'll tell you how much they need to make. Some people will say 500. Some people will say 800. Some people will say, I don't know. If they say, I don't know, what you want to do is create a goal for them. All right. So what you want to do is create a goal of maybe 200 weekly, into that, which equals out to 2 client enrollments. So you can say, okay, so if we set your goal for 200 per week, do you think you can sign up 2 clients each week? And see if they say yes or no. Now, their answer to that question is going to let you know whether or not they're willing to play the game with you. If they say yes, they can do that, then that means that they are all in and ready to go ahead and move forward. If they say no, then you might want to go ahead and just end the call, because at that point they don't qualify, right? Next, if they do say yes, then you want to qualify them even deeper. Have you ever ran your own business or had a specific leadership role? All right, they're going to give you an answer to that question. Then you want to go on with this one. Okay, so what do you think your top 3 leadership skills are? This is the golden question. You want to make sure that you really, really, really listen to this response, because it's going to tell you a lot about the person you're about to be working with. Then you want to say, okay, great. So it definitely sounds like you're a good fit for us. I already know that we are a good fit for you. So my next question is, are you ready to invest and launch your business with us today? Gotta say today. That is direct. Ask them if they are ready to invest and launch today. If they say yes, go ahead and enroll them. Then you want to go ahead and launch them on the spot. You want to send them the launch materials. Everyone already has them, but again, it's just fbslaunch.com, password freedom, and you want to tell them to watch all 3 videos. Then you want to set up a time to launch them via Zoom, so that way you guys can go ahead and meet face to face, right? Now, if your person is not ready to go ahead and get enrolled, what you want to do is put them on a trial run. This is the trial run description below. What we do is put you on a trial run. This will help you build a pipeline of interested business partners or customers. This doesn't require an investment up front, but it does give you a chance to come up with all the money, and also connect with people in advance so that you can make a quick return on your investment. Pretty much what this looks like is I'll send you a post that you can share on your social media. The post will be shouting out whoever the person's name is. The post will also attract a bunch of comments, and you'll potentially be able to earn $100 for each person that actually gets started with the opportunity or service. This can help you make a firm decision on whether or not this opportunity will be lucrative for you before you invest. Does this sound like something we can benefit from? If the person says yes, what you want to do is send them over the trial run post. They're going to go ahead and post for you. And once they get a lot of comments, you want to go ahead and create the urgency, and then go ahead and close them out. So that's how you do agent calls. Pretty simple, but you got to have a lot of posture, and you got to really, really, really make sure that you're not afraid to take control of the call. Okay, so I am kind of glad that we watched that one, because the posture and the line of questioning is something that we want to keep in mind too for when we're talking to professionals. Not that you want to, interview them, but you do want to play with your posture. You want to have different times where you are controlling the conversation. So we'll work on scripts. Like I said, we'll work on scripts for Recruiting Up. We'll work on all of these things, but it's good for us to start brainstorming how we would even try to approach these people, right? So let's get interactive with it at this point now. Let's start thinking together, brainstorming. And I want to do a few of these. If we have enough time to do all of them, I would like to do all of them. But if we can only get a few in, and then, we may have to do the rest independently, that's okay. As long as now we know exactly what questions to focus on and like where we should kind of like center our thoughts. So, but let's talk about realtors. What do realtors do? So I need somebody just to unmute. Let us know what it is that you know about realtors. What do they do?
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so realtors, they handle, or they have a lot of potential closings that are stopped due to unqualified leads or unqualified home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So it affects them in their money, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Definitely. So let's see, what do they need to invest? Let's put that under this one where it says that it affects their money, that they don't have the qualified buyers. That can be something that we can say that they need to advance their business is qualified buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you, sis. Is
Of
there anybody
course.
else that had a feedback for that one? What do we do? Or any other questions that we have up here for realtors? Ms. Nikki said HGTV. Yeah, fix and flip. Some real estate agents do invest. All right. Some of them have commercial listings. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Some of them have commercial listings. Okay. So what types of people do they work with? Okay, I like that. Credit-worthy clients. Who else? Who else do they work with?
I
Military.
would say other realtors.
Mm-hmm.
How to say it right?
Right? Other realtors. Yeah, definitely. Military. Yeah, they do have. Actually. Let me hold on. Ms. Nikki, you just gave me an idea. Let's add military down at the bottom because military folk, we can target them for so many different reasons with our protection plans. I'll put that in because that could be his own genre right there, the military. Thank you for that. That was a good one. But does anybody have anything else for realtors as far as like who else do they work with? Like, you know, like specifically in their network. Like I can think of lenders. I know they work with lenders. What'd you say, sis? Brokers. Yes. Anybody else got some feedback for who else they work with? They do. That's true. Mayor just said insurance companies, home developers. So their network is crazy. All right, cool. So with us knowing who they work with, that's even good because now we can leverage their network when we're talking to them. So when we're letting them know, okay, we done already told them about the clients. We already told them about the opportunity and the conversation. Now we're making their team building come to life because we're like, look, what credit-worthy clients do you have in your email list? What other realtors do you work closely with? What's your lender? Who can you get your lender on a three-way with us? What brokerage are you with? Or do you work with a broker? Are you a broker? What insurance companies do you guys work with? What home developers do you know? We can use this information to now show them how they can go ahead and use their network to maximize on opportunity. So this is just a little bit of stuff. If anybody has anything extra, once we email this to you, you can definitely print it off and then add notes to yours. You know what I mean? And anything that you want to share with the group, definitely share it with us. Now, let's move on to the next one where it says, what types of outcomes would they prioritize for their business and their clients? Like, what type of outcomes do you really think realtors really focus on with their clients? Or business partners, their business in general? What was yours? Okay, yes. So they want something that is low stress and lucrative. So pretty much passive income. They do like that. Did I spell that wrong? Always. All right. So they want something that's low stress, something lucrative. They also want something that gives their clients tangible results. Mm-hmm. Yep, something that's trackable.
Kim put in the chat closing times.
Closing times, yes. They want something that's going to help them with their closing times. And Credit My Rent just popped into my head. Credit My Rent just popped into my head. And you know what else just popped into my head? You know what? I'm sorry. Let me keep this separate. Oh, yeah, that's true. So how do our services meet their needs? Credit My Rent. And Amira just said the fact that we dispute all three, the fact that we dispute all items in all three bureaus. Well, I hope that was right. Darn it. All right, dispute all items in all three bureaus. Yes, because that gives us accelerated results. So that goes along with closing times. Kim, that was a good one. So if we're talking about, you know how we could even ask them a question. How long does it take for closing, especially with the pandemic? Have you had any delays in closing times? If you've had any delays in closing times, our system can actually help you, because what you can do is you can offer Credit My Rent to your client, have them backdate their credit history, and that'll give them an instant boost. I should even put secure credit card, because that's the same thing that can give them an instant boost too, and help them meet that closing date on time. And then the accelerated program works with that too. So that was a good one right there. So let's look. It says something trackable. For down here where we talk about something trackable, we got the online portal. Something that gives tangible results, we got the fact that the clients receive their results by mail. So that's tangible. And credit monitoring system. That helps there. Something that's low stress and lucrative, of course, is team building with our platform and receiving commissions. Referral source for Trackable. Yes, good. Yes, that's another one. Referral source for Trackable. Exactly. All right, so let's go back to what else do they need to advance their business? Because there's some things that we could talk about here.
Well, if they have a lot of people that's renting and they want a home, they could offer Credit My Rent.
Okay, so tenants.
Yeah, or not even tenants, but like people that's just coming to them that want to buy homes.
Oh, okay. First time home buyers.
Yeah, first time home buyers.
Okay, got it. And we could even put that with who do they work with. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna keep it in the same places, because we could definitely use that. What types of outcome would they prioritize for their business and clients? Hold on. All right. Is there anybody that can think of anything else we can add to this, either of the list for realtors, or do you guys think we covered everything for realtors? Yeah, I think we did too. I think we covered realtors good. So yeah, so the same way we broke it down and we started really brainstorming like the different aspects of each profession, we can do that for all of them. So real estate investors are kind of like realtors, but a little bit different. So let's brainstorm this one. What do real estate investors do? What do they do? Invest in real estate. Estate. Okay. Hold on. So who do they work with? Other investors. Okay. They rent to people, whether it's commercial or residential. And so with that, who do they work with? They work with tenants, community opportunities. So what they do. Okay. Yes, work. Oh wait, wrong category. Work with other business owners. Banks. Oh wait, wrong category. I keep doing it. Who do they work with? They work with banks, right? Right. And I'm pretty sure they work with lenders. I'm pretty sure lenders are in their network. I know they work with realtors. Let's see. Did we say business owners? Oh yeah, we said business owners. Yeah, we said business owners. Oh yeah, contractors, construction, carpenters. Right. Contractors, construction, how you spell carpenters? I spelled it right. Yes, okay. Developers too. They probably even work, some of them probably even work with city planners. Accountants, yeah, they definitely need accountants. Shoot, that can go up for real estate too. I think all of these people need accountants. It's so many. It's so much stuff. We don't even have to keep going with the real estate investors. They got so many things that they can use this service for. So now let's think about what type of outcomes would they prioritize for their business and clients. Definitely everybody wants tangible results. That's what everybody, they're going to want them tangible results. That's what they want. But what other things can we think of what other outcomes do you think they're going to want for their business? Definitely passive income. Because that's all they like. All investors love their passive income. Oh, they might want to leverage credit. They might want to leverage credit to obtain more, not high quality tenants, but even more properties. Yeah, they might want to leverage credit to acquire more properties and teach investors. They may have investor They may have investor courses that they run that they're teaching people how to invest. If you're teaching these people how to invest, you might as well offer them credit repair. You know what I mean? So that way they can go ahead and leverage their credit to get assets as well. They need protected assets. So that's the will and trust. They need their assets protected. So that's the will and trust. All right, so what do they need? Let's go to this one. I can't even talk. So many ideas. For tangible results, of course, credit monitoring. And mailed in results. For passive income, of course, business app. For leverage credit, yeah, protection plan. Oh, and credit builder. And this is crazy. We can do so much. And credit builder, and credit my rent, and secure credit card.
You can even leverage like the trend because those investors do invest in different things.
True. True. And we need to add that into the client script too. Protected assets, will and trust. All right. Is there anybody else that can think of anything that we could put for this field?
They need financial lockbox too.
Oh, financial lockbox. Financial lockbox. You're right. You're right. They do need financial lockbox. They do need that.
And life insurance.
And life insurance. Yep. Dang. We gotta start connecting with these real estate investors. We got a lot we can leverage with them. So yeah. Let's see. What do they need to advance their business? Of course, they need credit. They need good credit. Of course, they need what else do they need, y'all? What else do they need to advance their business? Flows of income. Yeah, it's kind of like the same questions, redundant, but I mean, listen, it helps you break it down. Nobody saying nothing. Anybody got some feedback?
I agree. I mean, I feel like everything that you're mentioning is, it can go for these because they're kind of alike, like the realtor.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everything has been good. Another way they can advance their business, you mentioned flows of income. Yeah, like they can add more to their net worth or adding more to their portfolio, you know?
You just thought net worth calculator.
Uh, yeah. So
Right.
different things that they can add already to what they're working with,
Mm-hmm.
Someone that everybody can go to them for different things.
Exactly. So they need more so like a diversified,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like a diversified portfolio of services.
Exactly.
Right. All right. That's perfect. That's perfect. So let's do one that's not real estate based. Like we got mortgage lenders, but they're kind of related. Brokerage companies kind of related. We could do car salesmen. We could do bankruptcy attorneys, apartment complex. What y'all want to do?
Yeah, let's have somebody choose.
I think bankruptcy attorneys would be interesting because I really wouldn't know how to go about a conversation with them, to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's good. All right. Well, let's hop into it. What do bankruptcy attorneys do? Help people file bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm. So they definitely see the effects that divorce it takes on, or not divorce, sorry, but overall bankruptcies. They see like what's going to happen to those people's credit scores.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're dealing with couples, it's like both of them, two people right there that would need potentially credit repair or additional income.
Hmm. Okay, that's good. That's good. Definitely. To, I guess, like a recovery for clients who filed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that. I like all of this. I think this is pretty much what they do. I think we covered it for that. So let's go into the next one and see who do they work with. Broke people. Say no, let me stop. I had to file bankruptcy before, so.
Sis.
Broke people. I'm gonna say that though, just so that we know that it's just a little funny. Let me not say that. People with financial problems, people who are struggling financially.
Financially deficient.
Yes, I like that. Oh wait, financially deficient. I hope I spelled that right. Damn. Nope. But thank you, Google Docs. All right. Oh yeah, they do work with people who are going through divorces. Teachers. Why you say teacher? Teachers. I think with teachers, I wouldn't put that on this list because bankruptcy attorneys can really work with anybody who needs to file bankruptcy. But do they do something special for teachers?
Some will give them a discount.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Let's just keep teachers in the same category of like anybody who's struggling financially. But like, let's think about who else they could work with as well. Business owners. What about like people that are like in their direct network, like people that are on the same level as them? Other attorneys. Yes.
Would I be wrong to say Donald Trump?
I can't hear you. I think I just heard you. Wait, did you say Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, like, right. And Robert Kiyosaki. But yeah, it's got to be some more people in bankruptcy attorneys network. But I think we should do our research. Let's figure out if there's anything else. All right. So I guess we can do that throughout the week. See if there's anything else we can add here for bankruptcy attorneys. But this is a good starting list so far. So what type of outcomes would they prioritize for their business and their clients? Really, tangible results. That's what everybody wants. But what else do you think that they would really want for them? I would say, something just came to my mind. I'm sorry, guys. But I was thinking advocacy, because they would want them to pretty much not have to file bankruptcy again. So they would definitely want to provide that, for their business and for their clients. It's just to be able to advocate for them, for their clients, so that way they don't have to keep filing bankruptcy. What other outcomes do we think that they would want for their clients? Like let's think about it in terms of after they file.
To get that bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would love the budgeting system.
Oh, okay.
And the debt payoff too. Well, the credit erase their debt.
Okay.
Yeah, better financial.
So then if we come down here, we could say, oops. Budgeting and debt payoff.
Better financial habits, I would say, even literacy.
Okay. Well, even our credit attorneys.
Okay.
Anybody else thinking something? Oh, will and trust. That all goes under advocacy, really. They will also need financial. They will also be able to market financial. Right. Anybody else have anything that they want to add to this one for bankruptcy attorneys? Okay, sis, I got you. I see you. Net worth, yes, net worth. That's good. Yes, so that way they can have their clients track their net worth. And also they can present the opportunity because they will need extra income. Their clients will need extra income. So it's like we can even like tell them something like with advocacy, you will want to use our protection plan as your client recovery program or bankruptcy recovery program. Bankruptcy recovery program. Because we can dispute chapter 7 and 13. So boom. So that's how we can present it to bankruptcy attorneys. This is our protection plan membership, blah, 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 da, 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 all the features. And pretty much bankruptcy attorneys kind of already have what they need to advance their business because people are always going to come to them when they want to file bankruptcy. But I think that recovery program is really going to be something that we can market to them so that they can really buy into our protection plan and using that as a way to shape their program. So yeah, that's a great idea. This is a great idea for how we can approach bankruptcy attorneys. I'm glad you thought of this, sis. Thank you for choosing this one. And I saw Siobhan chose tax professionals a little earlier. So let's scroll down to where we see tax professionals. Okay. So tax professionals is right here. So what do tax professionals do? Anybody got some feedback for us? File taxes. Pretty much. Oh, cash advances. What else do they do? Business taxes. I think we pretty much forgot all of what they do. Now, who do they work with? This is a great one. Ooh, estate taxes. Ooh. Big corporations. CPAs. Well, they are CPAs most likely. Some people aren't though, because they do have network marketing tax professionals as well. But some of them are actually CPAs. SBO. Okay. Is that small business organization? A small business operation? Yes, okay. Small business operation. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. So let's think about who do they work with? Business owners.
I'm sorry, what does CPA stand for?
Oh, CPA is an accountant. I forgot what the actual acronym stands for, but CPAs are pretty much certified. Yeah, certified public accountants. That's what the actual acronym is.
Thank you.
Let me put that in there. But you do have some tax professionals who aren't CPAs. Like I said, because, it's some network marketing companies that teaches you how to do taxes and you can do it that way. All you really need is it's some number that you need from the IRS to go ahead and file taxes. But some of them are actual CPAs. Like if they have their own tax business where it's like a brick and mortar standalone business, most likely they are a CPA. So who do they work with? They work with businesses, people, regular Joe Schmoes, regular folk like us. Well, we business owners. Let me stop saying that. So regular folks, businesses, they work with other accountants. They may work with attorneys. I'm pretty sure they do. Especially if they offer services like setting up LLCs, nonprofits, and 1099s. Pretty sure. They do. What else? Who else do they work with? Everybody, all the professionals that, all the professions that we just listed. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So what type of outcomes would they prioritize for their business and their clients? Definitely tangible results, but is there anything else anybody can think of?
Another stream of income for when it's not tax time.
Mm-hmm. Income during off season. Definitely they're gonna need income during off season. Anybody else have any feedback? I think that they will also need a diversified portfolio of services.
Yeah. I was just thinking like something to retain their clients, but this is it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the income during off season also helps with retention. So you're right. Yeah, retention of clients. All right. I think. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. For the tangible results, is that also including like the money returned back to their clients, trying to get the most out that they can get back for them? I don't
As
really know.
far as if they joined the business, if their clients joined as an agent.
Just being a tax prep in general, like that's what they prioritize for their business, getting their clients the most amount back.
Okay, I got what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying. Them the best return, the best amount on their tax return. Like that? That's what you mean?
Exactly.
Exactly. I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, and that's true. Even with the cash advantages, they are really, wanting to get the best. And a lot of times with the cash advantages, it really is solely is based on their client's credit. So if they can help their client fix their credit, then they can help them get a better cash advance during tax time, in addition to their tax return. And another thing that I think too, I'm gonna put this on the last one because you just gave me that idea, is they can teach their clients how to start a 1099, which is our business. Because a lot of people need, a business, a side business, in addition to what they're doing. And let me say, or LLC, because we can also turn this into an LLC. So now we got tax professionals out here who are actually using this platform to teach their clients how to formulate their own either 1099 or LLC and then gain tax advantages.
Huh?
As far as a diversified portfolio of services, we just going to say PPM and other services.
Income during off season.
Oh yeah. Yeah, income during off season, agent opportunity.
Retention of clients, if you refer to clients for something great for some people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that goes along with the whole, like, diversified portfolio and all of that. Yeah. So I think we kind of covered everything for how our services meet their needs. What do y'all think?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's good too. And I guess we can say, what do they need to advance their business? Of course, income during off season. And more services. That's pretty much it for tax professionals. They don't really need. I mean, because they're just like the bankruptcy attorneys. Like their people are going to come to them regardless because they need that done. So that was good. This is a good one for tax professionals. And what we can do, how we had that recovery, how we said maybe we can do a recovery program for the bankruptcy attorneys. Maybe we can do like a thing where we're like a business boot camp, or we're telling them that like they can market it as a business boot camp, or they're marketing it as teaching people how to gain tax advantages. You know what I mean? Or how to flip their tax return. Exactly. How to flip their tax return. So all of this is perfect these are all good things to leverage when talking to tax professionals. So I hope you guys can see what I mean by when I said it's like a puzzle. When you're talking to these people, it's like a puzzle. Like, okay, we got all our information and we know all our information. Now all we had to do is think about what your wants and what your needs are and tailor our information to fit what it is that you have, or what it is that you want us to cater to about your business. So what I want to do, right, all the ones that we didn't get a chance to get to, I'm going to put them at the end of the document, so that way all of the ones that we did get to, the answers are right there in one central location. Let me go down to the bottom. Okay, what else didn't we get to? Oops. Okay, so yeah, these are the ones that we didn't get a chance to get to. And when you get your email, what you can do is just independently jot down some answers to the questions for each person, for the mortgage lenders, for brokerage companies, car salesmen, car dealers, apartment complex owners, property managers, human resource departments, which is huge. That's really something I want to work on, but that's huge because they could essentially offer our services as a package to their entire employee portal. And sometimes if the job has it in their budget, they'll actually pay for the services for their employees. It'll come out of their employees check as like their other benefits. So if we could secure one of these, each of us, man, that would take us somewhere crazy. And then of course, influencers, motivational speakers, life coaches, we can talk about that. But I suggest that everybody just think about it. Think about it, and don't feel so pressured to reach out to all of these different types of people this week. You can focus on real estate people this week if that's what you choose to focus on. But eventually we are going to be branching up and branching out and reaching out to all different types of people. So it's imperative that we do begin to just brainstorm, like how will we even approach it, so that way we can fill in our own blanks and really be efficient. So I hope you guys got value. If this was something that was valuable, definitely drop some ones, drop some flames, drop some jewels, whatever you want to drop. Let me know what you got out of it. And I also want to point your attention to the list at the bottom, and I want to underline this too, because I think that this is something else that we should brainstorm independently on our own. Is pretty much what other types of markets can we target? Like I think that teachers, even though we were talking about teachers with bankruptcy attorneys, I also think that we can put teachers in their own market all by itself, because we got the YFL. We have, of course, teachers are going to need additional income because they're not paid well. of course, teachers are going to need credit restoration because, you know, they may have some things they need to clear up. But that YFL could be something great because now we have like teachers now, they have a parent empowerment program where they're empowering parents to get themselves in a better financial situation, and they're empowering parents to now teach their children about the fundamentals of financial literacy at home. So I suggest with this making a list of other markets that we can target. I definitely think that everybody should individually just work on this. And the next Sunday when we meet, we can continue talking about this stuff, and then we can talk about the list and then have a Q&A session. You know what I mean? And so we can keep getting the most out of our Sunday sessions, whereas, you know, we're not just we're not just hearing the same information. Now we're thinking about ways in which we're going to apply it and be effective in producing. So, yeah. So definitely, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any comments before we end the meeting, definitely I want to open up the floor for that now. You know, if anybody has anything that they like to say or ask, definitely you can go ahead and unmute your line and let us know. Okay, cool. Cool. Now, one thing I am going to need everybody to do is in the Waymakers group chat on Facebook Messenger, if you guys can put your email address in there for us, that'll be perfect. So that way we can email the notes from today's meeting, and we can also email the shout out and trial run tracker for you guys. So definitely drop your emails in the Waymakers group chat on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. This recording will be out ASAP, and the emails will be sent out ASAP as well. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining. I'm glad everybody got on and got value. And, you know, we can just take our business to the next level now. So thank you guys for coming on. Y'all really don't have to, especially with knowing that we have other meetings tonight. You know, the fact that y'all are this dedicated, that means a lot. That means a whole lot. So yeah. All right. So we'll see everybody on the other side. We'll see everybody at 6:30 on Freedom 500 team call. Everybody have a blessed Sunday. Talk to y'all later. If you have questions, definitely reach out.